Outcast. Starting off with the keys as it is. Outcast.
Woke up in the cell, where am I at? Yeah, it's cold, but I like that. What am I trapped? Heart's beating out of my chest. Doors locked, but the keys are in my hands. Yeah, that's where it doesn't make sense, does it? I make songs that don't make friends. Judge me, might smile, but it ain't that funny. Sing along to the pain, they love it. Life's like a merry-go-round, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I like space, I don't fit in the crowds. My whole life I've been airing it out. Oh, I'm getting into character now. Feels wrong, but it feels right. My feelings seal tight, real nice, but I will fight anything to win. But I'm not Mike Tyson, I won't bite you, but I will tell you if I don't like you. I am not the norm, I got my own shoes, I ain't tryna fit in yours. I never been married, but I felt divorced. Hi, I'm Nate, have we met before? Somebody told you I was whack? Check the source. Somebody told you I was back? Yes, of course, you got a problem with the fans? There's the door, you looking for the old me? Check the more. I'm not a fortune teller, but I can see into the future better. Ain't no telling what'll happen when I pick up the microphone, get the fans together. Same style, but the songs are better. Been a year and a half, feels like it's gone forever. Ain't no drink in my hand, but you know the buzz coming. Big steps in the game, yeah, the hawk is running. My thoughts are funny, it feels like I'm on to something, yeah. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down. I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds. Which is kinda confusing, I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah, I guess I don't fit the mold of rap, cause I'm respecting women. I heard your record, I was laughing at it. Maybe they would like me more if I got a little graphic with it. No, I don't wanna blend in with you little rapping idiots. I'd rather be the outcast. I ain't never putting out trash. I take 100 and staple it right to my tongue. I always put the money where my mouth's at. Feels good to be here now. I'm a weird person with a weird crowd. What, you don't like that? That's cool, that's great, that's fine. Okay, you can leave now. Got a weird smile, but I like it though. I paint it on me and I walk into the microphone and put the caution tape around me like it didn't intro one. Yeah, they got me reminiscing now. Yeah, you didn't know I'm about to go mad. Never wanted something so bad. Goosebumps to the whole track. Ain't no way I'm gonna.
Sorry, I'm hitting buttons here.
Hold back, got me thinking that I'm cooking in a meth lab. How I'm blowing up in front of my own eyes. You look a little lost, you ain't get that? Coming from a town where nobody is a rap, I guess I never got the memo once I missed that. Wow. Here I go in my feelings again, I can feel it again. So I lay in my bed in my cell with a pen and I dwell on my sins. I keep wondering when time to open the door. They don't know who I am, but I pick up the keys and I put on my Timbs and I stare at the locks and the tat on my skin and I think to myself, I don't wanna fit in. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down. I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds. Which is kinda confusing, I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now, yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast. Yeah, trying to focus. Take a knife to my head, then I cut it open. Take my brain, put it on the floor, trying to figure out my motives. Y'all thought I was an issue when the door was locked. Nah, you should see me when the door opens. Every night I can hear voices, put a camera in my face. Might turn Joker like a Mike poser. Always been a little complex, difficult to process. Some of y'all wanna sit around and try to pick apart my bars. Here's some lines you could dissect. If I'ma die, giving everything that I have. Take a deep breath, I don't need y'all's respect. I'm a reject, kid at recess, playing games with his make-believe friends. Yeah, I don't ever take a night off. Lights off in a room and I write songs. I might fall into my thoughts once in a while when the mic's off. You ain't never seen no drive like mine, better hop out of my car. I'm about to unlock my doors, you ain't got a seatbelt on, better find one. Getting sick of people telling me to smile more. TS was a chapter I'll never forget, it was therapy for me. But it's time to turn the page now. Hey, shut up, I'm trying to tell them my story. I'm sorry, I wasn't yelling at y'all, I was talking to the voices. I rip out the drums of the industry's ears for trying to ignore me and play them while singing the chorus. I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast.
So the end of that sound effect leads me to believe that the next one or the next series will be him out of the cage. I feel like the cage could represent a couple things here. It could represent how he feels trapped in this box of the industry. He mentions lyrically that the industry has ignored him and refuses to kind of embrace him or whatever the case might be. And this is just kind of his stuck in this box and he's kind of trapped. It could also be alluding to what fame feels like when you're in the spotlight as a celebrity. And it being introduced here
In the game, the hawk is running, my thoughts are funny.
that the fans are coming in and he's having these very cliche moments of, you spot a celebrity, you get a picture with them, somebody's got their phone, snap, snap.
It feels like I'm on to something, yeah. I'm high off the music, my head's in the clouds. I kinda like it up here, I'm not coming down.
And the fact that he has the faded smile that he talks about, they tell me to smile more.
I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds.
I'd rather be alone, I'm not good in crowds. You see the faded smile on his face. There were cages in the Search video, if that's the one I'm thinking. I think it was the first one where he was kind of in the barren wasteland, but it wasn't a cage, it was a shopping cart. And my theory, if I remember right, was or maybe it was a cage that he started in, but it was open, I think. And then he pushed the shopping cart. And my theory was like the shopping cart was like his mobile cage. Like he always had it with him. The cage keeps him safe from the fans too. I mean, I think it starts that way and there's moments of it, but this also implies that part of this narrative, part of this journey is that he's not really safe anywhere. Maybe he'd hoped that he would be safe, but he's not because even inside the cage, they're there.
Which is kind of confusing, I know, but now
he got fame due to the pain and fear that put him in that cell to begin with. Now, does he leave and deal with the fear of losing everything or stay in torment and keep going like it is? I do wonder what the contrast is, the juxtaposition between the cage and this scene, because you notice the parallel. This feels like freedom. Maybe that's too obvious to make sense, but we essentially have two lines happening here, two storylines. We have him in the cage and we have him on top of the car. So he climbs out of the car, he climbs up on top, and this is a freedom. Now, let's see here. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, I was wondering if he had tattoos on his hands because the driver, who is so not visible, has tattoos on their knuckles. And I thought that would have been a nice touch, even if we don't see who the driver is. I was hoping there wasn't a driver, but we can see a hand. And there's tattoos on the knuckles or on the fingers. It would have been a nice touch if that was him. It's not, doesn't matter. Because this would have been like the ultimate freedom. He's on top of the car. He's not playing by the rules. And he's just kind of going. And it's the complete opposite of being locked in this cage.
I'd rather be alone, I am not good in crowds. Which is kind of confusing, I know, been that way since a child. They laugh and they tell me I'll never get out. I'm just trying to be me, I am nobody else. I don't care what you think, I'm just being myself. So I guess for now,
I don't think it's intentional, but
I don't care what you think, I'm just being.
I also feel like, actually, I think it is intentional. There's a chance that these cars are all part of this shoot. In most videos and productions, it's kind of guaranteed that this is going to be a closed course. Everybody's on point. Everybody's got radios in these cars. I know I got car 2 go, car 3 go. All right, keep your distance. Back up 2, back up 2. 5, turn your lights off, please. Things like that. It's probably what's happening. But I always wonder when it's, and I mean, not to say that NF is a small artist, right? But I just wonder sometimes how much they're kind of going rogue with some of these shoots, you know? And maybe during this one take, we had some peeps sneak up on us, but we still kept filming, you know? Because, yeah, guerrilla is absolutely a style. It's kind of how I tend to roll a lot of times, just because of the nature of the beast. But all that to say, it's probably intentional. And there's a good chance that if it is intentional, it's representing followers. That even when he is at his freest, there are still people trailing behind him in one way, shape, or another. Yep. Maybe.
Myself. So I guess for now, I'll just be the outcast. I'll just be the outcast. Yeah, I'll just be the outcast. I guess I'll be the outcast.
And I do feel like with the inclusion of the bed here and this one blanket, you know, there's not really much to it. The keys are in there. This could also be a very metaphorical callback to the room that he was describing in Mansion. Maybe. Because the bed is there. And he does say, like, I go into this room, I want to leave immediately, but this is where I sleep. So maybe it's also telling us that even though so much time has changed since I was in that room with fear, and this was my prison, that my prison is still a real thing. It just looks different now. And that sucks. That you would like to think, you know, when he was younger and he probably dreamed about this time of being famous and having money and doing this and having some power, making a name for himself, getting out of, poverty. The prison would be no longer a thing. And now it just looks different. That's a good way to put it too. They enter into his world, they take pics and then have the freedom to leave, but he has to stay. Yeah. That's pretty good. It's kind of fascinating to think of how easily we trick ourselves sometimes into thinking that if I just do or get this, everything will be better. Everything will be easier. And then come to find out it's not really that at all. We were hopeful, but there's apparently more to the story than we realized. And that we weren't even close. Kind of in that zone right now where I'm like, well, if I can just do this and I can get this done, then I'll be able to do this and I'll have this. And I think it's just the part that sucks is when we realize that's not the case. And then sometimes it feels like we're in a never-ending fucking loop that never stops. Oh, my God. Yeah. And it does seem like this journey that we've taken with NF, that's something he's experiencing. So many years have passed, and his life has probably changed considerably, and yet the prison is still there. It just looks different. Feels the same, looks different. Yeah.